This next tip is so typically bad for gaining weight, okay? Mistakes that are not allowing you to see a drop in your weight loss. Hello Daily Student family, welcome back to another video. I'm thinking like we need a name for this Daily Student family. I just can't think what. We'll brainstorm. My name's Kimberly and welcome back to another video, and if you are new here, do click that subscribe button. It helps me out so much to know you guys are interested in my content and you want to see my face again. Now, today I'm doing single-handedly one of the most requested questions / videos that I've done ever, and every single day in my DMs, comments under my YouTube videos, you guys always ask me, why is my weight staying the same? And I'm doing intermittent fasting. For anyone who doesn't know what intermittent fasting is, I'm going to leave a bit of an information card here, but basically intermittent fasting is a way of shortening your eating window to allow you to consume less calories, but also focus on reducing your cravings because it is in a shortened window, but it also allows your body to have a full extended period of digestion rather than having food applied to your body every 2 or 3 hours. So it really focuses on the digestion and eating less calories. With that being said, although it's a fantastic way for weight loss because the science is there, the less time you have to eat, the less you will consume. However, there are mistakes that can be made when intermittent fasting that of course I've gone through myself. As you guys know, I'm an avid intermittent faster and I fast for 20 hours of the day. I probably fast about 2 to 4 times a week, sometimes less than that. It really depends on how I'm feeling. But we are really going to go into today the mistakes that are not allowing you to see a drop in your weight loss. Because I've been there and it's annoying. These are today's shout outs. If you haven't checked them out already, go and do that. And if you want to be in a chance of getting a shout out, all you have to do is follow me on my Instagram link here, give this video a massive thumbs up, turn on your post notifications so you do not miss a video, screenshot that you've done all of that and DM it to me once you are done. You can be in a chance of being next video's shout out. Now, on to tip number 1. As I always emphasize how important it is to continue drinking water throughout your weight loss because it allows the chemical process within the body to happen which aid in fast and better weight loss. However, when you're eating foods in your fasting window, when your fasting window breaks, that are very, very highly salt contained, your body will then want to store all the water that you've been drinking throughout the last couple of days, and it will store that water a lot more so because of that high salt content in your food. We all know it when we've been to a buffet and we've eaten our heart out in Chinese or Indian food or chicken and chips, whatever it is we ate, because of the high salt content within that food, we then see a gain of 5 pounds the next day. And of course that is not 5 pounds of fat. A lot of it will be, majority of it will be water, and that's because of the high salt content within that. Your body then stores the water. So it's really important to focus on going back to your meal prep, to focus on allowing yourself to have less salt within your fasting or even your weight loss foods. Is very, very important to really reduce the salt as much as possible, because the solution isn't to think, oh yeah, you know, in fact, let me just not drink water just so that I can see a drop in the scales. But again, your body needs the water to allow your fat burning process to happen a lot more smooth. The next tip, and now this one is so important and I urge you guys to do a lot more research on this specifically as well, and it's breaking your fast with the wrong foods. Now, say your fasting window breaks at 4 p.m. I don't want you to see you guys jumping on and eating a slice of chocolate cake, maybe some few fries, maybe a burger, and then call it a day because you're at a calorie deficit. And that is very incorrect. Fasting, it's very important to break your fast with proteins, with some high fat foods such as almonds, the good fats, but breaking your fast with high fatty foods will mean your body will store it up to twice as much. Your body will store that fat and hold on to that fat because, again, you're in a fasted state when you're fasting. So when your body breaks that fast, it will hold on to the nutrients that you then eat again. So if those nutrients are high fatty foods, it's going to store onto those more so than it would if you had eaten something healthier, something lighter, something nutritious. I suggest sitting down with a meal plan and a meal prep to really analyze what good fasting foods are. I have done a few videos on this if you want to go and check those out, but again, researching into what foods are correct in order to break your fast. Now, this next tip is so typically bad for gaining weight, okay, and that is not being prepared after your fast. Think about it. Say you've just started fasting and after a 16-hour long day of fasting, it's time to break your fast and you cannot think of anything better than tucking into some food. If your food isn't ready at the time, whether you have to cook once your fasting window breaks or whatever you have to do to prepare your food, if your food isn't there and ready at the time, sometimes it can mean you can be a picker, picking out all the food, and I am guilty of this in the past. Once my fasting window is broken, because I haven't prepped my food, I will then going to be picking at anything accessible, anything there. I'll eat it on the countertop, whether I'll be thinking, you know what, let me just have this half a biscuit here, it's only half a biscuit, or anything like that. You will pick at foods if your food isn't ready there at the time. 16-hour fasting window, you want your food to be ready and prepared. So what I kind of do to mitigate this is I'll allow myself to maybe half an hour or 40 minutes before my fast ends to start cooking my food then. Not only does it take away time because you're occupied and you're doing something and you're not literally counting down the minutes, but as soon as my fasting window breaks, my food is there, I've got the right nutrition, the right things, and it will allow me to make sure that I'm filling up on the right things rather than relying on the picking. And trust me, when you're picking, it adds up. It really does. This next tip kind of ties into the last, which is why I wanted them together next to each other. And this is one of the biggest downfalls for people when intermittent fasting. Again, comes down to your body adjusting to this new way of weight loss, and that is binging once your fasting window breaks. Now, it's very easy to, like I said before, picking the wrong foods, but also overeating in your fasting window. It could be a shock to the system that you've just started the 16-hour fast. Maybe sometimes you're just having a bad day, having an off day where you don't feel as strong in yourself to just maintain the healthy foods. You feel like you need more and more food to allow yourself feel full. Now, a couple of things that I really recommend to mitigate this is pacing yourself. I always say portion control is one of the best ways to try and pace yourself. So allowing yourself to have a small plate of food first without any other food around you, because again, if it's in sight, you're more likely to want to go and eat it. So prepare yourself your plate of food and put away any of the excess food that you created. Eat that plate of food, sit with it for 20 minutes because there are chemicals within your body that actually allow you to feel full no matter how much the portion you ate was. Finish that plate, wait 20 minutes before you then decide to go and eat your next food, because if you pile on the food because you think, now my eating window is broken, let me just feast, I'm here, I'm ready, it's going to be another 16 hours until I can eat again, so let me take my chance and grab it by the horns. And that's not the kind of chance we want to be taking. We want to still be pacing ourselves and still having our calorie deficit within your fasting window, and that is so important if you really want to start seeing good results. Remain to your deficit, remain to the really nutritious foods that you're eating. Another really bad intermittent fasting mistake is having the wrong nutrients. Now, I always emphasize how it's really important to eat protein, carbohydrates, slow carbs, because slow carbs are basically different to fast carbs. Fast carbs will be your fatty McDonald's fries, etc., stuff like that. Whereas your slow carbs will be your brown rices, will be your bananas, will be your porridge oats. These things, you know, the foods that athletes use in order to have that slow release within the body, and that means it takes a slower time to reach your insulin, which you won't have a spike in insulin, and insulin is what causes these sugary cravings. So having your slow carbs is really important to really allow yourself to feel full. Next, you do want to be incorporating your fats. These are really important because avocados, almonds, but making sure that you research your healthy fats that will allow you again to feel fuller, feel more nutriized, to feel like you have a more nutritious balance within your diet, because all the wrong foods are going to be spiking way too much insulin. You're going to have your cravings, things like that. So really focusing on the nutrients that you're eating within your fasting window and not taking it as a free-for-all, whatever I can eat, I'll eat, because the idea of intermittent fasting is that you can eat whatever you want because you're digesting at a better pace. But actually, no, your nutrients will always remain very, very important, and that calorie deficit. Lastly, I want to end this video by saying your eating window that you choose is very important to how successful you will be on your fasting. Now, for me, I know that I very much like in the evening sitting down with my meal, sitting down with a good program. When I do some edits on my website, stuff like that, I have my meal there ready for me at the end of the day. However, I could not have breakfast and not have my dinner because I'm just more of an evening eater as opposed to morning eater. So I know breakfast, I don't need it. Lunch, I don't need it. I can very much fast through that. So it's really important that you choose which time of the day that you prioritize eating first, because if you are very much an avid breakfast person, you will very much struggle if you're skipping out the thing that you like the most, or the thing where you can incorporate the foods that you like the most. So eating in the right intermittent fasting window for you will also allow you to feel more sustainable, to not feel as restricted, and that is something that you will need to look into, maybe trial and error, have a few test days to have the best results. Oh, even one more last one, incorporate rest days, guys. It's so important to incorporate incorporate your rest days, because you will feel very much overwhelmed if you're fasting 24/7. And it's really important with fasting, actually, it's recommended to have rest days. Not only is it better for the body if you're having those rest days, but also sometimes it can act as a recharge for the body. If you're having 4 fasting days a week as opposed to 7, your body can function a lot better and burn a lot more calories within that, because it will experience the juxtaposition, will allow the fat burning to happen a lot faster and allow your body to experience dealing with that. So having rest days is really important, not only for your sanity, don't feel like you have to fast all the time, but also it will feel more sustainable for you. Now guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have got to the end, if you're a real one, you know I love my real ones, comment in the description grapes. Okay, I want to see all of you commenting grapes. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and don't forget, if you do want to shout out, all you have to do is follow me on my Instagram page here, give this video a massive thumbs up, turn on your post notification bell, and screenshot you've done all of that and send it to me. But also guys, I do have a motivational fitness page that I will put here, and I've just started it, which will be updated on my day-to-day, where I'll be talking to you guys, answering your questions, doing some Instagram lives about my daily fitness. I'll be showing you the ups and downs and how all the ins and outs basically of my fitness journey. And guys, now I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for 19,000 now, 19,000 subscribers. I love every single one of you so much. We are the best daily student family I could ever ask for. And guys, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.